Hello, welcome to the Colourful Creativity podcast. My name is Carolien and this is episode 148. Yes, we have a change of scenery. Welcome in Italy, everyone. We are on vacation. We took a few weeks off and we are in Italy for a good week. And I thought it would be fun to record a podcast here. So I hope you like it. There's going to be a lot of footage from Venice and from Bassano and from, I don't know what we're going to do the next 2 days. But today it is a Sunday the 28th, I think. What are days in vacation time? No clue. Yeah, it is Sunday the 28th and I thought it would be fun to record a podcast. If you hear any sounds in the background, Robert is doing the dishes. I thought it's the best time to record now. I brought knitting. I already have a nice acquisition and I have brought my finished object with me just because I could. I have a drink. Seriously, this is just water. Still water with ice cubes and some mint leaves, and it looks super fancy. Because it is hot and sweaty around here. So I need to hydrate enough. Let me start with the first finished object and leave all the vacation ranting, or it's not renting, all the vacation stories to the end. There are some flies flying around me. Oh, seriously, making me go crazy, but I'll refrain from too much of this. So, okay. My finished object is here. This is Andy the llama, and in my case he's the Llamapaca, because that is an inside joke we have here. Come on, show your face. It's so cute. Come on. There you go. Hello. Hello. He now has a name since we went on the train to Venice. His name is Luigi. And he is named after the very nice train conductor that told us the information we needed on the train. So, say hello to Luigi the Llamapaca. It is a free pattern on Instagram. Let me see. It is by Amanda Berry. It's so nice to have it handy. So yeah, he's very cute. He is the Super Sock World Championship mascot for my team, Team Nittelfeld, which is a German-speaking team, which I've been in since the start of the Super Sock World Championship. Not the first year, as we were all separated in different teams, but we were chatting on Instagram in a group chat, and the year after we started to be a real team. So yeah, I didn't knit him last year because I just couldn't. I thought knitting a little toy again after the dragon I did was too fiddly. Well, I can tell you, it's all fine. This one, I knit him in a day, and yeah, he's cute. He just needs the blanket still, but you knit the blanket in our team with the yarn you use in the socks you knit in that round, so he will get a new blanket every round you knit. So yeah, basically he's still waiting. I am not done yet with the warm-ups. So Andy is gonna sit besides the camera and watch me chatter about the things I have brought on vacation and the whips I have worked on. To be fair, I haven't worked on any other whips because it was so freaking busy before going on vacation. I managed to knit Andy, and that was basically it. And this project, which is at the moment living in this project bag, the Ghost Glow in the Dark bag by Jibbiru Sews from the UK. and it was really fun to see this one glow up in the dark. I forgot about it, so when we turned off the light in the evening and I had that project bag in the bedroom, we were like, what's that? Oh, it's my project bag. Super cute. It works. In here I have the warm-up socks for Sock Madness, and I have finished sock number 1. Let me see. They are the Campari socks, and this is the low octane pattern. Super Sock World Championship is based on racing themed things. So you have high octane, which is the difficult pattern, and low octane, which is the easy pattern. I went with easy because I'm on vacation. My brain needs vacation too. And there is a teeny tiny cable here on the side, as you can see. And yeah, I am knitting shorty socks, and I have stopped the cable in the foot after the gusset, but that means that I am not getting my point, my 1 point. And this is a flip-flop sock. There's a name for it, but I forgot. It looks maybe a bit weird, but they are tried on and knit on my foot. Like, keep knitting an extra round, decreasing an extra round, another round. I have a very long toe, and yeah, very long other toes as well, so I had to add quite a few rows compared to what the pattern said. I keep losing stuff. The yarn I'm using is a souvenir yarn. This is Mayflower Strompegarn, and color 52 or Varve. Let's see. Yeah. It is from Denmark, and this is yarn I bought when I was in Denmark, so I thought it would be very appropriate to take it with me on vacation to Italy. So, like, knit the good stuff, knit those precious skeins of yarn. Not sure if I told you who the pattern designer was. Bee Crafter, and I looked that up. Bee Crafter is what it says on the pattern, and her name is Bernice Watkins. And this is how far I am with the second sock. I am in need of splitting up the toes, and I needed some extra needles for that, so I had to go inside anyways. And then I thought, could be nice to just start recording the podcast. So yeah, it pulls really nice here in the gusset decreases, and then here you have yeah, it's kind of pulls like it's striping, spiraling around. I'm knitting them on Chaugu 2.25mm needles, because that was the only pair I had in 2.25mm. So, well, it's fine. They're great needles. My favorite are still higher sharps, but these are very good second, and I don't mind using them. I'm not sure, by the way, but behind me we are in a paragliding area, so it could very well be that you see some paragliders in the back. I think there's one, and there, but here, up here, there were a lot when I started filming, so it's getting quieter at the moment. I'm not seeing my father-in-law. He's up there somewhere, but he could also be one mountain ahead that way. Not sure where he is. Sometimes it's hard to see. It's Sunday, and it is a holiday in Germany and in the Netherlands and everywhere today and tomorrow. Not sure what the name is in English. I know they don't really celebrate here in Italy, which is nice, because that means that it's Whit Sunday. It means that tomorrow shops and everything are just open, and we can just take it as a normal holiday day or a vacation day. So yeah, but it means it's really busy up the mountain with everyone who wants to paraglide, and on the campsite and everywhere it's super busy. My in-laws are here. They are on the campsite. They come here like over 20 years, and we thought it would be nice to visit them. So and it is very nice. We have a little apartment here. I will show you around in the later section, the vacation section. So this one is ready to split off the toes, so this one hopefully will be ready today. I still have 2 more days. It has to be done by May 30th. Then the warm-up round stops, and then on June 1st, so when I'm back home, the qualifier starts. That one I have to knit to spec, but I didn't read the specs well enough. It showed the little cable stopping at the end of the gusset in the pattern, so I thought, oh, that's fine. You still had to do the split toe. I was like, yeah, I still want to do that, so that's fine. But I just didn't read the specifications well enough. In the warm-ups you can still do that. I won't get a point, but who cares? I'll have some very nice flip-flop socks. Then my project for traveling. This is in a Colourful Creativity bag, and I always take a boxy bag because in the airplane you can hang it on a little hook that keeps up the little table, so it will just hang like this, so I can also knit during takeoff and landing. Smart, right? I have to say the Embraer that we had before had a better hook than the Boeing we had now, but okay, it worked out well. And the steward we had even asked, what are you making? So it was very nice. It's very cute. In here I have a very old whip. Long-term time viewers probably know, but it is with Kremke yarn. It is Yakusi, which is a yak and silk blend. 50% yak, 50% silk. It is super soft. It is 800 meters in 100 gram. So this is a very lacy project, and it takes its time. This is the Viajante by Martina Behm, and I'm not sure how well you can see it. I always bring the pattern with me because I need to read it, because I totally forget what I did the last time I knit on it, because the last time I knit on it is probably the last time we traveled. And with traveling I mean traveling by plane, because this is my plain knitting because it has bamboo needles, and this is how much I have now. So you have the first triangle in garter, which was done a long time ago. I started this project in 2018 when we traveled to London, meaning I have a Great Britain stitch marker I got from my lovely friend Louise in here, and yeah, I did manage quite a few rows on the plain. Let me see. I think I did a good inch. The rows are getting longer and longer, so this was where I was before I didn't move the marker, so I was about here halfway through this. I think this is where I changed my way of doing the increases, because I don't think they really look that neat. But who will care in the end of the project? I don't think I will. So yeah, I hope this one will see a bit more progress, but I am focused on knitting those socks here and finish them. These are knit on Haya bamboo needles, interchangeable ones. I can change to metal tips that I bring with me. They are 3.75 millimeter, so for a lace yarn it's nice and smooth and not too tight. So it's not, I think blocking will fix it, but it's not the neatest because 5 years in the making. My knitting changed a lot over the years. I think I saw that with something else, that my gauge was totally different with the mitts I made for Robert. I think I showed them to you last time that I finished them, or I was working on them and I had to knit the second one. I don't remember. I didn't prepare that well for the podcast. So yeah, and then I have just one more project bag with me, and in here is the next project I'm going to knit. Since I know I was going to finish those socks, I brought one ball of sock yarn with a 2.5 millimeter needle to knit more socks, and these are going to be the Skippy stripes, I think, by the Nerd Knits. Let me look it up. Skippy stripes by the Nerd Knits. Annette, I knit a pair of her not too long ago, and yeah, I like her patterns. So here we are. This is Opal Regenwald. I think, where is it? Tom der Bade, and it's been very deep stash. I put it in my 1000 gram challenge by Zocco und Meer, and yeah, this is gonna be the first one that I'm gonna knit, because, well, I have to start somewhere, but I think this will be nice travel knitting. So hopefully I can start them tonight and finish those toes tonight. We don't have any plans except for me making dinner. We have a little kitchen in our apartment, of course. That's the only way we are traveling nowadays. I think Robert just flew past over there with a phone on his ear, probably telling me his dad is somewhere in the air and that he can see him somewhere. Then those were the projects that I'm working on or going to be working on, and I took with me on vacation. I think I was really good. I only took 250 grams of yarn. Please tell me. 3 projects, not more. So very proud of myself. I could have just brought the Viajante. I mean, that's enough for 10 years of knitting with my pace, but oh, hey ho. I have an acquisition because of course I had to go to a yarn store. I have actually visited 2 yarn stores already, but the first one was in Venice, and yeah, let me just say, we were there on a day that there was a train strike. We were going there by train from the nearest village we are, which is Bassano del Grappa. We are in Somonzo, which is just the little town next to it. And yeah, there was a train strike and a public transport strike, and the taxis were striking as well. Not the best day to travel maybe, but here it was unclear. There would be cancellations and delays, but not every train would be cancelled. So there were trains going. We just went to the station. We thought, if we see a train going to Venice, we're gonna take it. If not, we're gonna stay in Bassano and we'll look around there. There was a train going to Venice, so we got on. And we went to Venice last week, which was awesome. It was super hot, it was super sweaty and pretty busy, but not as busy as it would have been without the train strikes, because also the Vaporetti weren't running, they were striking, and they were all striking. They were just certain blocks of time to take people to work and back, but that was it. They do that very neatly here when doing a strike, I think. I think the Netherlands could learn something from that. So yeah, it was a bit of a hassle, but we couldn't go to Murano, which we had planned, but looking at the water and the gondolas and the other water taxis that were running, I was like, yeah, I'm very happy I'm not going to Murano, because then I would be green and totally sick, which meant I couldn't buy my glass tool. Okay, pity, not gonna happen. I'm not gonna be mad about it, because, well, it was a fun to have, it wasn't a necessity. And I did want to visit a glass blower, and I wanted to visit a yarn store in Venice, so the yarn store got a visit from me. I looked it up what I wanted from them already, and here it is. It's just as red as my Viajante, and I have a thing for red lace apparently. This is soft cashmere, and this is exclusive for LellaBella, the yarn store in Venice. And this is a 100% cashmere lace with 50 grams, 700 meters. So I managed to only buy 50 grams of yarn, just this one skein, because it was freaking expensive. It was 45 euros, which is fine for a vacation souvenir, and basically the only souvenir I'm buying this vacation. So yeah, a girl's gotta treat herself, right? The other yarn store I visited was a Tricot Cafe in Bassano, but that was a bit of a bust. It was not much yarn, and it was basically cotton or acrylic. No sock yarn or anything. I mean, you can always use a skein of sock yarn, just a ball of commercial sock yarn. It's fine, but the whole store just didn't breathe by anything. And it's not like the lady was nice and welcoming. She was busy with someone else, and there was no acknowledgement of entering the store or anything. So I was like, okay, then I can leave without buying anything and I'm fine. So yeah, I was really good. Just 50 grams of souvenir yarn, and yeah, I looked it up before we went there what they had, and I was like, okay, that's not a lot of stuff that they have that I would buy. It's lots of art yarn specifically for LellaBella, and not a lot of normal commercial stuff, just really exclusive weird stuff. But the mohair one was amazing. I think it is so terribly soft, it's amazing, and I already have a plan for it. I want to make a shawl with it. The pattern is by Tammy Canavan Soldat, also known as Canadutch. I've been following her for ages, and it has about 1,000 beads in it, so it's gonna be really, really pretty, but it'll take a while. But I might cast on quickly, but I do have to shop for beads, because I don't have enough of one color to go with it, so I have to figure out which color I want. Maybe some gold. Did I buy gold for my stellarium? I think I did. Well, maybe something else then. We will see. Yeah, that's basically it for yarny stuff and for the knitting. Yeah. So, what are you all making? Are you planning on vacation knitting? Do you take a lot of stuff with you? I usually bring a lot, but we usually go by car, so I had to be very, very limited, and be mindful of space in our luggage. We did pack a little light, but I mean, I did manage to sneak him in, my little Luigi. So yeah. You have to have priorities, right? I thought it would be fun to have the mascot with me when I am knitting on those socks. Yeah, what am I going to show you next? I have to think of what we did. The first 2 days I was not too well, from having so much stress before leaving, like 3 weeks before. And who am I kidding? It was 1.5 years before. Stress, just letting it go, being away, not having to think about hospital appointments, etc. It bit me in the ass. Like when you hold your fist really tight and you let it go, you can feel all the muscles ache, especially when it's longer than just the few seconds I did. So yeah, my whole body was one big muscle ache, and adjusting to other food, other water, takes time for my body, and the travel day was pretty heavy. I had to drive here with a rental car, and stressful with delays, etc. Airports, hot. It was just a lot, and I had to have 2 days to land a bit. We have been to grocery stores, like I think 4 different ones, just to figure out which one is the best for me, and we have found it. We have found the holy grail, so that's also nice. That's basically my thing, find the best grocery store for me. That's a real big thing on vacation for me, to get fresh and good vegetables and fruits. And yeah, Venice, like I told you, I will show you a bit. I think Robert also made some driving footage while we were driving from the airport to here. I have some footage from around here. We were at the glass blower, like I told you. I have a little clip of that when he is blowing a shell. The glass blower is Mauro Vianello. If you ever go to Venice, visit him, because he's amazing. He has such gorgeous work. We didn't buy anything because it was out of budget. Yeah, I brought him some stroopwafels just because I could, and he never heard of it. I was like, oh well, you need to try. He loved them, so that's really nice. And yeah, then we went to Bassano the day after. Another hot and humid, sweaty day. Like, the heat in the city is so much more than here in the mountain. So yeah, it is a lot nicer to be up here with a little bit of breeze and not being super sweaty and everything is sticking to you. But Bassano was nice. It was market day, and we went to the old bridge, which is a wooden bridge, which is like the thing Bassano is known for. So it's really, really pretty. I have some photos of that, like a photo that looks like a postcard. It's like beautiful. And yeah, I'm not sure what the rest of the plan is. We want to go for a hike in the valley. I was planning to go to Padua, but after 2 hot cities with, like I said, super sweaty, and it does take its toll on my body. It's really nice to now have a rest day and do nothing. Just putter around our little apartment. Our neighbors left this morning and we have the apartment. There's 2 next to each other. The whole thing for ourselves. So that's just perfect. And yeah, it's really nice and quiet. You do hear a lot of noise, but they are working in the field. They're probably getting the grass cut, and You can also hear the birds. So it's just beautiful around here. Definitely recommend. So yeah, I hope you enjoy all the footage I make. We'll see what the rest of the footage will be. And I will see you again back in the Netherlands. So, hope you have a nice time. Until then, bye bye.